Hi, I'm Jonathan Metter, and PIKO America is on location today to show you how to build a simple garden railroad. I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started just from a basic starter set and a track expander set and a few pieces of track we're going to add on. And you can build, in just a day, you can build a reliable running railroad that can be fun for family and friends, can turn into a lifetime hobby. All right, we're here in our backyard and our family has selected a nice little raised planter bed, and they're going to use this for their layout area to get started. If you have the ability to do that, a raised bed is great. It gets the railroad up where you can reach it easily and maintain it. Makes it easy to run your lawnmower up against it for maintenance. We've got some track laid out here. We've started with our basic starter set circle. That forms the ends of an oval. And we're adding on a siding track set. That's a PIKO track expander set. And we've added a few pieces of straight track just separately. We've got our track laid out, and you can notice we've already pre-installed our PIKO rail clamps. Those are a great technique to keep good contact between your track sections out on the garden railroad for long term, and you'll find that that's very important over the long term, as corrosion will get into those joints if you don't have something to really lock them in solid. You can find a whole segment about that on our YouTube channel and see all about our rail clamps. We're using the ones that fit right over the existing rail joiners. That's quick and easy, and they clamp down tight and hold the track securely. We're going to use some crushed rock. You can find this at a local rock yard or even at a home improvement center. It's important to use crushed rock, and you want to get something that's what they call 1/4 inch and smaller, or crusher fines. You may find it as underlayment for laying pavers, but it's important to get rock that's small enough to fit in between the ties on the track. And we've got our track laid out on a pretty level surface, and that's also important to watch your grades. You may find that something that looks level is really not. When you try to climb up that grade with your train, it's steeper than you thought. So check the grades and try to make it level for your first railroad. Keep it level if at all possible. We're just going to lay out some gravel here, pour it over the track, and as we go, we're going to lift the track up, and we're going to make a bed as deep as you want to do it, at least a 1/2 inch or an inch underneath the track, just like the real railroads do. We can use that for some final level or fine leveling, and this also is marking where the track goes as we proceed. And electrical hookup is pretty simple for your first garden railroad. The power clamps that came in your starter set will serve just fine for a small railroad, and that's really all you need. All right, you want to pour gravel heavily over all your track and go right over the switches, but then you're going to come back in and clean those out with a good stiff bristle brush. And the little wrench that comes in your package of PIKO rail clamps is also a good tool for getting into the smaller spots. Make sure that switch moves freely, and there's nothing in the way to obstruct it, and you're good to go. Continuing on with the electrical connection, your PIKO throttle is made to go outdoors. If you want, it's nice to mount it under a little building, but it is weather protected, splash protected, and hookup is quite simple. We've got the 2 wires going out to the track and the 2 wires coming in from the transformer. That's all under a little cover, and the throttle itself is also under a little cover. And that's pretty much all you need to do. The wire is made to bury directly in the ground, and you can hide that all under a house. Okay, very important when you're dealing with household current is keeping things watertight. So either mount your transformer indoors and run the cord out to your throttle, or mount it in a waterproof electrical box like this. And that's best to be on a GFI, ground fault interrupter circuit, so that if you do have a short circuit, it's protected. Okay, it's been a busy afternoon, and as evening shadows are gathering, our railroad is really coming along. We've gone around the whole layout and spread ballast around very, very thick and pressed that all down. We've cleaned out all the switches and made sure they're working well. We've used a little extra ballast to create a little station platform area, and a little bit later we're going to put our station buildings there. We've used some sand, or you can use decomposed granite, to make a little road through our town area. And we're also spreading around some wood bark to fill in the areas. Depending on how many plants you have, you use those to fill in the whole layout around the plants. plant as many plants as you want. So our railroad is almost ready to put some buildings in place and then get some trains running. All right. What you see here may look a little bit extravagant, but while the guys were working on the railroad and finishing it up, we found some rocks around the yard and piled those up real nice in a natural setting. And the smart shopper in the family went out to the local bargain outlet and found some plants for $1 a piece. And those look great. And they've added some color, little miniature roses. There were a bunch more plants that she found that we're going to add to the layout later. That's really going to brighten up the layout and add a real finishing touch and at very low cost. So this is something you can do as well. All right, we put some built-up buildings and a few quick kits and one kit in place on our layout, and the layout is looking fantastic. So now all that's left to do is to run and enjoy some train.